Now, as we wait to hear more about how other enforcement agencies are going to implement SB 4, we're also hearing from some Texas families who are worried about how this might affect them. So we're joined by KVUE's Darrenisha Heron. Darrenisha, I know you actually got the chance to speak with some advocacy groups. What are they saying about this law and for families?
We're forward. Since Governor Greg Abbott signed SB 4 into law in December, advocacy groups across the state have been hosting Know Your Rights events to tell people what to know about enforcement. But some worry that this law will tear families apart. No, SB 4. For months, people have rallied against SB 4, the bill that would allow state police to arrest people they suspect came into Texas illegally. Now that the Supreme Court lifted a stay on it, some brown and black families are worried their communities will be uprooted and separated, including Marlene Cristano, who left Honduras for Texas 30 years ago.
I feel and I hear in my community sadness, frustration. They're taxpayers and they have rights and they have dignity in Texas.
Now the focus is informing people of their rights. And Hays County-based advocacy group Mano Amiga has been doing just that. Their first piece of advice?
For sure, carry any type of ID. Right now we're recommending people to get the enhanced library ID cards if they don't have access to any other type of identification. The enhanced library ID card comes with a picture of yourself, date of birth, and address.
The Immigrant Legal Resource Center says if you're pulled over, only the driver is required to show ID. Beyond that, in most situations, the driver has a right to remain silent and doesn't have to answer any questions about their immigration status if they're asked. Never provide false information. And lastly, the ACLU says if you are arrested, do not agree to deportation without talking to an immigration lawyer. A lot for families to think about.
And
I've heard from people that they're thinking about leaving if this bill becomes permanent.
The Immigrant Legal Resource Center also created a travel advisory map to show what they say are the riskier places to travel here in Texas. Mano Amiga says they're helping the community put together family preparedness packets with information like who's the power of attorney and who's allowed to care for your children if deportation happens. Their information is right there on your screen. Quita.